What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to your Bitcoin update. I have a very important video. You need to watch the whole thing. I'm going to show you a few different points of view, but I do believe it's a good possibility we are in distribution again. That doesn't mean we can't go a little bit higher. I will show you what I'm looking at. If you guys remember, back on March 24th, we drew this we drew this distribution phase right here. It played out almost exactly to the T. I do believe we could be looking at the same thing. There are two different schematics for distribution. We're going to take a look at both and take a look at what they mean. One would say we're topped out now. One would say we have a little bit higher to go, which also each one I have an Elliott wave theory that goes right along with it. So you're going to want to watch, and then we're going to go toward the end of the video, we're going to look at the smaller time frames and see what's going on and see what we could look for in the more immediate future. So definitely stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, smash that thumbs up, and let's get into it. All right, so let's go into, this was from last time. We figured this going to about 29,000, which that's where it ended up. Now, what I'm looking at now looks pretty much like the same thing. The PSY, for those of you that don't know, is the preliminary supply. Then we have the buying climax, the automatic reaction, the sign of weakness, which shows a sign of weakness. It comes down and then bounces right up off it. And then we have our up thrust. And if it plays out like it did this time, we'll have one more up thrust. It'll be the up thrust after the distribution. So you get one more push up like we did back here. That is a possibility. And I have an Elliott wave theory that goes along with that. Actually, both my Elliott waves go along with that, but I do have a really bullish one that I'm going to show you after this. But let's put on the right here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me get that one out of there. We'll put this on here real quick. So as you can see, it looks almost identical to the way it's playing out. Just like last time, I would go through all the phases, but right now this is looking like phase B. If we are going to have one more up thrust after the distribution, remember that's what happened last time. So ultimately here, if this was to play out, your short position would be if you get back up into the 70s and then drop back below the 67.2, 67.3, right in that range. You drop below there, get a retest. You might want to short the retest, but definitely right here after the last point of supply, that is right here, and that is around the 63.2 range. Once you drop below that again, that's pretty much game over for Bitcoin. I mean, and it doesn't mean game over. Bitcoin's going to die forever. We will eventually go into a longer term bear market, some accumulation, possibly a year or two or more before going back up. So let's take a look at the bullish case Elliott wave theory. So a lot of people are thinking this is a wave 4. And then we're on wave 5 up, which is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not. We have some major bearish divergence here, but I'm not saying this isn't possible. I'm saying this is less likely. But if this was the case, this would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be the 5th wave, and that getting us up. These were measured out just using the basic Elliott wave measurements with Fibonacci, and that would get the 5th wave up to about 85,000. Now that's the bullish case scenario. Looking at the bearish case scenario, for one, if this distribution is this schematic here, and I'll pull the schematic up so you guys can see right here, that would show that the up thrust after that it was over. If we do not get back above this last point of supply again, which is right here. Actually, it's a little bit lower. Let me lower that a little bit. Get to this wick. There we go. So that last point of supply is right here about 67. So if we can't break 67 again, chances are we come back down to at least a 60,000 level And if that breaks, I would be looking for the 58 to 59,000. Probably get a bounce back up there, retest that 60. And if that happens, then we're probably in here, which is my bearish case. Again, we could still go to 72 to 73 with the bearish case scenario. Let me pull that up. And if you guys don't know about distribution and wick off, it's looking at the markets as a macro and to what the big players do. We've talked about it in past videos. Maybe I'll make a video going into more detail, but I kind of wanted to make this a quick update. So here's what I've been looking at here is a big ABC. As you guys know, the reason that I believe that we are in an ABC here, which would line up with the distribution, and again, these are my, this is my, if we pass that 74,700, right in that range, if we pass that, let's say 75,000, then this is all invalidated. But as of right now it is, and this is why I stayed bearish, guys, because there's 5 waves down. People think this is a 4th wave correction. A correction cannot be 5 waves, and that's the end of the correction. Then you go up from there. So I do believe that was an A right here, and we are in B, which again could go as high as 75,000. And this being B, you have 5 waves in this A, 3 waves in the B, 5 waves in the C, which we have gotten. If that's the case and that's over, then what I'm looking for is the C wave down. And we've talked about this before plenty of times. With this wave 1 could come all the way back down to here to retest this 51 to 52. Now the ultimate place to short would be on wave 2, or I'm sorry, the end of wave 3, or end of wave 2 with 3 going down, just like we did over here. We talked about it, we planned it out. That was all in the video. You can go back and look. These waves were measured out just like these. We could be seeing the same thing, guys. If we do come down to this 50 to 52,000, depending on how, if, when, and where, how long it gets there, it could be 53,000 if it was next month. But then everyone would get extremely bullish here for wave 2, calling the 100,000 again, just like last time. But what I'll be looking for is a place to short. And what I did here was I just put the, and that's assuming it goes down to this 51.5 range. That's coming back up to the 0.786 now. So the wave 2, I would expect to get somewhere between the 62.5 and the 65.5 range. I'll be looking for a big short position for wave 3. Once we get that, if we do get that, that is a huge money maker. And I would ride wave C down to at least wave C now has to come down to 61% of this wave. So that's somewhere right in the 42 to 43,000 range. It would have to go at least if we're topped out there, if this is wave C. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. And if you look here, keep an eye on this. We talked about it the other day and we closed back above, but keep an eye on this trend line on the RSI daily. We are below it now. So if we close below, say 64.2, we're going to remain below that. That's going to be bearish for Bitcoin. Now this is wave 1. In my opinion, if this is wave 1, what we would do is this will get something looking similar to this. Which would be a wave. This was a wave 1, then we get a wave 2, and we get a wave 3, then a wave 4, and a wave 5. That is definitely what we could be looking at. Like I said, we could still pop up to new all-time highs. That's obviously, but this is what I'm seeing and what I'm looking for. Keep an eye on this daily RSI right here. That's gonna be huge to watch. If we break below this line and close below it, and you can draw this trend line off these 2 wicks here. If it closes below here, that's going to be bearish for Bitcoin. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. We're going to go into the smaller time frames here in a minute too, but definitely don't forget to check out Prime if you are trading or getting into trading. And if you are just beginning, start out with a fake account or start out with very little money that you can afford to lose until you get a strategy that works for you. But anyways, you can check out Prime XBT. If you go to my page, YouTube right here, I do have a tutorial on how to use their margin. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. It also tells you where to put my promo codes to get a 50% bonus and 25% off your fees. It tells you where to put those right in the video. The promo codes are Savvy50 and Savvy25. Now, on here, you can trade crypto, gold, Forex, oil, silver, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. That's the beauty of it. And you can have multiple trades in it. It doesn't clump them all together. The good thing about this, it uses cross. So let's say you are in massive profit. You have 200% profit. You can use that unrealized profit to enter other trades. So you can hedge your trades or whatever. It's awesome platform, guys. Check it out if you haven't already. And let's look at the smaller time frame. So in the smaller time frame here, this measured move here, let's take a look at it. Seems that we have gotten rejected at the 0.618. So let's count. Let's see what happens if we count the Elliott waves down real quick. I'm also going to take a quick look at the dollar. I've been bullish on the dollar, and people have called me crazy for being bullish on the dollar. And if you look at what's happening with the dollar now, it is making a great move. I'm going to show you some things in that real quick too. But this would get us a target of, and that's a minimal. If we do, this does play out here from this break, and it would line up with the 200 EMA. Again, guys, this is on the 4-hour chart. So let's put a price label on there. And then we're going to do a little Elliott wave count here. So if this was the top of this, and this was wave 1, wave 2, and we are working on wave 3, let's see what we could be looking at. Let me get this out of the way. Let's get these out of here. So if in fact that's what we're looking at, is a wave, 5 waves down of wave 1, like you guys know I've been looking for. So this would be, let's put this on here and see how it looks. So this would be wave 1, right? Wave 2. Wave 3 would be down to the 0.16 or 1.618, which is going to be down to around the 55,000. And then we would have wave 4. So wave 4 would probably be a more shallow correction, since this was kind of deep here. If you have a short wave 2, you'll have a longer wave 4, vice versa. This looks like a simple correction. So wave 4 may be a triangle or something like that. Let's put Fibonacci retracements on here. And let's say we retrace to the, you could retrace all the way to the 0.5 fib, which is around 60,000. So 59.8 to 60,000. Let's say we retrace to 382. And yes, guys, these are tradable waves if you understand trading. Now let's take Fibonacci extension, and we'll go from the top of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 3 up to wave 4, where we're assuming it may correct to. And then that gets us down to the 52 to 53,000, somewhere in there, which would line up pretty well. We don't have to go that low, obviously, but we'll be keeping an eye on this. If you guys would, check out my wife's webpage. The links are down below. Also, the links to Prime XBT are down there. Definitely check her out. She's got a lot of cool stuff on here, guys. A lot of great gift ideas, stuff like that, and it helps support the channel. Definitely check it out. And here is the chart with the dollar overlaid on the Bitcoin chart. Every time the dollar bottoms on this trend line, Bitcoin tops. Every time the dollar tops on this trend line, Bitcoin bottoms. And we've been watching this here like a rising wedge, and it does look like the dollar is breaking out up. And you guys know I've been bullish on the dollar. The dollar is doing great. I look for getting up to at least this 96.15 range. If that breaks, we do have a target of 97.82, which is the break of this right here, kind of cup and handle. Adam and Eve. How I was looking at it is Adam and Eve, this being an Adam, this being an Eve, and then obviously the break. So that'd be the first target. The next target's going to be up at about 99, right around 100, and that's just a measured move of this red wedge here. That would get us up to that 100-point area for the dollar. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Thanks again for watching. Members, we will be doing a more detailed video. I'll try to do it tonight. If not, we'll do a couple of them this week anyways after the regular videos. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Make sure your notifications are on. Thanks again, guys. I'm out.